Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, online friends.
Good morning.
We will start with beautiful thought. Before a beautiful painting comes to life, an artist patiently paints one stroke at a time. And before a beautiful pearl shines, it quietly and silently grows in a shell, inside a shell. And before a speaker finds their voice and become a poised and confident speaker, they they learn from meeting after meeting after meeting. And after each meeting, they gain poise and they learn how to hold their head high. So friends, I am Toastmaster Shirin, your Sergeant at Arms, and I welcome you all to the meeting number 578 of our Invictus Toastmasters Club. So meeting number is? 558. Yes. And this is our beautiful Invictus Toastmasters Club, our Invictus family. And what is the rule of this family? Our Invictus Toastmaster Club is built on three most beautiful things in the world. One, appreciation, encouragement, and mutual support. Am I right? So please clap wholeheartedly for our beautiful club, Invictus Toastmasters Club. Now, as your Sergeant at Arms, I will guide you through the core values, the mission of Toastmasters, and a few housekeeping rules. The core values, four shining core values of Toastmasters are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And the mission of Toastmaster is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment to its members to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And now we have to listen carefully and remind ourselves about housekeeping rules, because we must follow this. As you all know that this is a hybrid building. We have wonderful online friends. So please let us sure that our online friends feel equally seen, heard, and included throughout the meeting. Okay. Second point is we are Toastmasters. We avoid discussing topics like sex, politics, and religion. And please refrain from speaking when someone is here delivering their speech or explaining any role to avoid unnecessary distraction. And please, we all have 1, 2, maybe 3 mobile phones. Please keep them on silent mode. Online friends, please add TM guest before your name and your role next to it. And please mute your mic if you are not speaking, and please keep your cameras on while you are speaking. And friends, if you have any technical problem, please feel free to contact our tech master or host of the meeting. And next point, please clap wholeheartedly after every performance, every speech, because appreciation is Toastmasters culture, and we all are Toastmaster, so we have to follow this beautiful tradition of clap after every performance. And handshake. Handshake is a must here when coming on and off the stage. First handshake means all the best. And second handshake means, yes, you have done a very good job, well done. And now it is time to welcome someone who truly believes that learning never stops. By profession, she is a medical content manager, and by passion, she is a dedicated research scholar. She reads a lot, and most beautiful thing is she shares her knowledge with all of us. And she has just completed her third master's and pursuing her second doctorate. And she is a perfect example of how humility and confidence go hand in hand. So please welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dr. Sangeeta. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shirin. Am I perfectly audible to the online members as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, dear Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
Welcome to the 578th meeting of Invictus Toastmasters, where, as you know, Shireen already said that I am a generous speaker, an avid one. And yes, I do complete a book a day. And while I was thinking, what should I talk about presiding today? I just felt how Toastmasters has given a platform to all of us. First thing, I would want you to go very long way to this Roman philosopher, Demosthenes. In those times, there were no Toastmasters as such, and he had a speech impediment where he used to stammer a lot. And not only that, he was publicly shamed because he couldn't talk anything. He just went on stage and became an embarrassment. You know what he did? He held himself inside a room in a cave, out from all away from the outside world, and he took a lot of pebbles, kept in his mouth so that he can stop stammering. And then, after a while, he thought, let's go in front of ocean. And he used to shout there so that he can feel a little bit less jittery. And all these things, after a few years, he became so strong that when he came on stage, he is now recognized as one of the best orators. He's not only a Roman philosopher who wrote a lot of amazing books, he is actually the best orator you can ever find. And imagine, in those days, we didn't have Toastmasters. We, as Toastmasters, are very glad that we have got a stage where we do not have to feel what others are thinking. And not only this, we can just come here and leave all the apprehension, keep our head held high, stand in poise with elegance, and talk to all of you, all of us. And that is how grateful I am for this stage. Now that we all executive committee members have got this stage again and again, and we have turned into leaders, we want you also to take the role of a leadership. Therefore, next Saturday, we would be having elections. And all the Toastmasters members from Invictus, I want each one of you to partake in it. Because Toastmasters is where leaders are made. Therefore, you have to take your own stand and nominate yourself. I would again share the form so that, it's like, again, you have to scroll a bit to find the nomination forms. But today, I'll again reshare it so that you all can nominate yourself. All of you, all of you, all of you. And now I can see we do have a lot of guests today, and it is really a pleasure to see amazing faces here. I would want you to come here and introduce yourself. You can just tell your name, how you came to know about our club. But before that, we have a new Toastmasters who have joined recently. And I would want Toastmaster Shubhayan to introduce yourself first before we head to our guests. Toastmaster Shubhayan, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Dr. Sangeeta Mishra, and good morning to every member of Investor Toastmasters Club, including guests. My name is Shubhayan Chakraborty. Professionally, I work in corporate communications at Reliance Industries directly with the chairman. I am also a Toastmaster of 2 years, currently the presiding officer, that is the president of my own club, and also an area director. So Toastmasters has taught me so much in the past 2 years. And unlike many who joined Toastmasters, I was never shy or suffered from stage fright. When it came to Toastmasters, I was fairly confident, but in the 2 years, I have discovered areas in my own speech style which required improvement, as has been pointed out to me by my mentors. So for those who think that they know how to speak, this is a space which makes you an even better speaker. So the sky is the ceiling, and if you join Toastmasters, I think it will provide you much more than what you expected. Back to you, presiding officer.
Thank you. And now let's call our guests one by one. So who would want to start? Or you want me to call? Okay, please, you can come and introduce yourself, just your name and how you can.
Hi guys, you look beautiful today. I am Devashish. I was born and brought up from Gwalior, and I came to know Toastmasters about Toastmasters from my friend Mahima. Uh, Actually, I wanted to know that is there any step-by-step procedure to proceed from beginner to advanced stage as a speaker. I used to speak on my school stage on the in several debate competitions or poem recitation competitions like that. But yeah, I didn't know that is there any formal procedure that we can or a formal step-by-step course or learning way so that we can improve our the way of speaking or the way of putting the our thoughts in a the curate our thoughts in a well productive manner so that people can understand. So I just came here to know or to inquire that is it correct or not. So that's my motive to be here in the Toastmasters as a guest, and I got this chance by my friend Maima. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Devashish. This is the best place you can actually begin, and you can also advance. And I just remember that last night I also took another pathway because one pathway is not enough for me, and we also have like $20 for each pathway. But from 1st July, it would be $35 for each pathway. Therefore, I thought to get it for myself. And now let's welcome another guest. Yes.
Hello, good morning everyone. I am Amritan Shrivastava, born and brought up in Delhi, and I am pursuing my. Firstly, congratulations to all of you on your 578th meeting, if I am right. And I am pursuing BTech Computer Science. I am a third year student at Manipal University, Jaipur. I got to know about this place from a senior and a very good family friend of ours, which pulled me to this wonderful environment with so many communication experts, and so do my parents. And that's it from my side.
Amazing. I know you have a little bit of injury, so you can just sit there and you can say.
I'm Manisha Srivastava. I'm a homemaker and a canvas artist, and I'm a dance mother. I inflow from this concept to our family friend. I give just to know how this works. And as a housewife, I'm quite hesitant that if I'm from a gathering, I'm not able to speak. I hesitate a lot. So it's quite difficult to participate in any conversation. We are sitting in a gathering or our in a group. So I was planning to join this just to improve my personality and my communication skills.
Yes. You didn't hesitate at all because the way you spoke is so fluent and you have articulated so well. It's so wonderful. Please, you can.
You should ask that TV.
Good morning to all of you. As you can see that I am probably the senior most guy here in terms of age, but that doesn't prevent me from trying to learn something when I am here. Well, my name is Piyush Srivastava. As you would have guessed, I am the father of Amritansh. And the reason I am here is that, frankly, I was very innocent to this. I had no idea what Toastmasters is. But like all the indulgent parents, I wanted my son to learn something. So I was in touch with a family friend, as Amritansh has said. He said that there's an institution called Toastmasters, which is an international club where he can learn to speak and communicate. And I believe in this world, today's world, communication is one skill that everyone should have, irrespective of our locations, irrespective of our age, and irrespective of our ambitions. So wonderful to be here, wonderful to meet all of you, especially the young ones here. And my best wishes to all of you. Maybe I'll not be here for too many sessions, but I'll try to attend this and at least the next one till the match is around. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
It's absolutely wonderful to hear such amazing speakers here. And now we have another guest. So could you come here and introduce yourself?
Hello everybody. My name is Soram Misra. I will be joining college this year. I in the stream of engineering. I got to know about Toastmasters from my parents. They repeatedly told me that I need to work on my communication skills on various aspects such as public speaking, voice modulation, and so on. And frankly, I agree with that analysis. So I searched on the net and found this club, so I wanted to come and
And we have another guest from last week. As you were the Toastmaster, so you know it's like you have to come again.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me here. There's one thing I've mentioned to a couple of folks that I like what I liked about Invictus per se. The last time when I was sitting back there and I was hoping to come onto the stage for the table topic, but at the same time was not courageous enough that I should be volunteering for that. Instead of asking that whether or not if anyone would like to volunteer, these guys picked me to come up on the stage and give my first table topic after I would say 6 years. I'm thankful for promoting me, helping me keep my head high, and looking forward to joining the club. Thank you.
Once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. And we have guest Ranu as well. Could you come here and introduce yourself?
Hi, ma'am. I'm a filmmaker and I want to improve my communication skill and at all. I heard about this club. This club is very supportive and very helpful for me.
And do we have any guests online? Sneha Pradhan. Sneha Pradhan, could you introduce yourself? Sneha, could you hear us? Okay, anyway, we must have lost the connection. Let's start our meeting with a wonderful session. And our Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Rajinder. And okay, do we have any issues here? Everything all right. Now let's call our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rajinder.
Yuvraj, can you help me with the slides? Good morning, Toastmasters and fellow guests. Good morning, online friends. Today, I'm going to speak on a very favorite topic of mine, self-image. And before that, I would like to tell you how many of you know someone who does not go to gym, does not eat healthy, yet he is in very good shape, very fit and healthy. Raise your hand if you know someone. Well, I know many of them, and I simply hate them. They're not putting the effort and they're blessed with it. And have you ever noticed two people with same talent, same educational background, similar circumstances, and same opportunities, yet one is very successful, another one is struggling? Can you imagine how is that possible? In both the cases, the person who is fit and the person who is successful, both of them hold a very powerful self-image of themselves. So self-image is basically the mental picture you hold about yourself. What do you believe you are? What do you think you deserve? And what do you believe you are capable of? It acts like an invisible blueprint that influences your thoughts, decisions, actions, and ultimately your result. Before we proceed further, it is very important to ask three important questions. How does our self image impact our lives? How is self image formed? And how can self image be changed? So, to answer this first question, how does our self image impact us? I would like to give you an example. How many of you have watched a movie called Gully Boy? I think all of us, right? And this is a famous scene from the movie Gully Boy, where the character Murad's father is trying to convince him that they are poor people, they are not meant to succeed or become rich, so they have to keep driving or serving rich people. Here you can see his father's self-images. They live in slum, born with financial challenges, and have very few resources. And if you see here, the self-image of Murad, the main character was, I'm an artist, I have a voice, and I can rise beyond my environment. And due to this powerful self-image, he kept writing, he kept singing, and he kept participating, and rest is history. By the way, this movie is based on the real story of a very successful and famous rapper, Divine. And this is the power of having a wonderful self-image of yourself. Now, moving to second question. How is self-image formed? So Dr. Truman Fleet gave us this beautiful image representing our mind. Body is the instrument of our mind. We know that. Our body functions the way we think. And the big circle you can see is our mind, and the smaller circle is body. And our mind is divided into two parts, conscious mind and subconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is a thinking mind. It is an intelligent mind. It is an educated mind. It is where all our intellect resides. Coming to subconscious mind, it is an emotional mind. It acts completely different than conscious mind. So whatever information we get from our atmosphere, it directly enters into our conscious mind. And conscious mind has the ability to choose. It can accept or reject whatever enters in it. But the conscious mind, being emotional mind, does not have ability to reject anything. And it cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. So imagine the imagination that you create in your mind, it makes a huge difference in your self development. So now I'll give you one good example. Let's say whatever I'm telling you today, you have every right to accept or reject anything here and now only. But let's say all the information which comes to us through radio, other people, news, and our mobile phones these days. And let's say these days news, we hear a lot of news which is very negative. The news is negative and also it's very real. So we have ability to accept or reject that news from our conscious level mind itself. But what we do, we get emotionally involved with the news and it enters directly into our subconscious mind, which influence our life in a negative way. So this is the power of our mind where we can choose what we want to let enter into a subconscious mind, which is impacting our personality. So now we have done with how our mind functions, and now it's time for me to tell you about the structure of the meeting. Our meeting has three parts. The first one is the prepared speeches, and second one is table topic, which is impromptu speeches, and followed by evaluation. So now it's time for me to call the general evaluator of today's meeting, Toastmaster Ritesh. He will brief you about his role and his talent team. Toastmaster Ritesh.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am the general evaluator of this meeting. My role and responsibility to observe this meeting with my team and give my feedback at the end. Great power comes with a great responsibility, and great responsibility comes with a great power. So to execute this great responsibility, I have a great power. My tag team, timer, listener, counter, grammarian. So in Toastmasters, green means go, yellow means wrap up, and red means hold on. To implement this, please welcome our timer, Toastmaster Subodh.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and new guest members and online members. I am Subodh, and today I am playing the role of timer, and I will observe the timing, whatever speakers speeches, and here are some rules. Table topic time limit is 2 minutes, and at 1 minute I will raise green card, and 1 minute 30 seconds I will raise yellow card, and 2 minutes after 2 minutes I will show red card. And today no icebreakers. So next other spaces like time limit is 5 to 7 minutes, and at 5 minutes I will raise green card, and 6 minutes I will raise yellow card. At 7 minutes I will raise red card. And all evaluators timing limit is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes I will raise green card, and 2 minutes 30 seconds I will raise yellow card, and 3 minutes I will raise red card. And 30 seconds will be the grace period. And I will present my reports at the end of the session. Thank you.
The counter superpower is hearing any so and repeated words. Even we wish nobody should. So let's welcome our counter Toastmaster Shireen.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, I am here as a counter. So I would like to start with a question. Have you ever seen a sculptor making a beautiful statue? Raise your hand. Yes. But that sculptor does not make that statue, that beautiful statue, in a single day. A sculptor with patience, with precision, and practice, he make this statue by removing of the extra stone from the and make a beautiful statue. And same here in Toastmaster, we remove all the extra words in our speeches. So filler words and filler sounds. When we don't get the appropriate word or right words to convey our message, we generally use the filler words and filler sounds. So what is filler words and filler sounds? Filler words are, for example, like, so, and, basically, and all other unnecessarily repeated words. And filler sounds like and like this. When we don't get right words, we use this type of filler words and filler sounds. So as a counter, I, Toastmaster Shireen, encourage all of you to replace the filler words and filler sounds with the well-placed pauses or intentional silence. Because a well-placed silence speaks more than fillers. So towards the end of the meeting, I will be here with my report. Thank you.
Words is the building block for effective communication. Words are for the building. I don't know. Just to correct it, we have our grammarian with us, Toastmaster Shubhan.
Thank you, General Evaluator. A quick audio check. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
loud
right.
and clear.
Great. Thank you for the confirmation. Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Let me begin with the question. When you walk into a room full of strangers, what speaks first? Is it your voice or is it your self image? Our self image carries a perception about us and it influences the way we communicate and even the words that we choose. As your grammarian for this meeting, I will be paying close attention to the language used throughout the meeting. What does that entail? I will be noting down the words, phrases, and excellent quotes that members and guests use throughout the meeting, and I will be presenting a report of the same when called upon by our general evaluator. To help us reinforce today's theme, I have chosen the word of the day, as has already been used several times in the meeting, as poise, which means a graceful and self assured manner. An example of this word in usage. Despite facing difficult questions, she remained poised and answered with confidence. Our phrase of the day, which again has already been used several times, is hold your head high, which means to remain confident and proud, especially in challenging circumstances or situations. An example, even after setbacks, he chose to hold his head high and keep moving forward. Before I conclude, a small tip for everyone. Many of us have a habit of repeatedly using words like and other unnecessary conjunctions to combine their sentences. It seems harmless, but what ends up happening is that you create unnecessarily long sentences. Instead, I would suggest to keep your sentences short so that people, that is the audience, are able to follow your speeches much more effectively. With that, I wish everyone the best and do actively use the word of the day and phrase of the day and show encouragement with a thumbs up. With that, back to the general evaluation.
Now, last but not the least, our listener will listen how we listen. Our listener will listen how we listen. Toastmaster Pooja.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, online members, and dear guests. Myself, Pooja, Toastmaster Pooja. I am the listener of today meeting, and I will observe closely and to check who will listen carefully. And at the end of the meeting, I will ask some questions to test your listening skills. Thank you.
As Toastmaster Rajinder informed us that we have a session on prepared speeches. So my team of evaluator will evaluate the speeches and we will present our observation and suggestion after that. Over to you, team or Toastmaster Rajinder.
Now, it's time for prepared speeches. And we have 4 speakers today. So the first speaker is Toastmaster Laksh. And before I call him up on stage, let me call his evaluator, Toastmaster Werner, on stage, please. Toastmaster Werner.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajinder. Good afternoon, everyone. So, my target speaker is Toastmaster Laksh. He's on his dynamic leadership pathway with level 3 and project 4. The project title is Connect with Storytelling, and the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story with a speech or giving a speech that is a story. All the best, Toastmaster Laksh. Over to you.
Now, please welcome on stage Toastmaster Laksh. The title of his speech is My Life According to My Parents. My Life According to My Parents, Toastmaster Laksh.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Timer, may I start? Sorry, can I start?
Yes.
Oh, all right, all right. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am attending a Toastmasters meeting after almost a month, and I see many new faces today, both in members and guests. So I would like to introduce myself once again. My name is Laksh Kidra, and I'm currently a third year student at Hansraj College, University of Delhi. So let me tell you, I currently study in Delhi, and my parents live in Siliguri. My hometown is Siliguri, West Bengal. And thanks to technology, we talk almost every day. Now, you would think that after all these phone calls, video calls, photos, updates, my parents would have a fairly accurate understanding of my life, right? But they don't. My parents and I live in two completely different realities. I live in reality, but they live in my life according to my parents. And let me tell you, it is a fascinating place. Let's start with the most common phone call. Every evening, my mother calls me. The first question is always, "What are you doing?" Now, depending upon when she calls, my answer could be coming back from college, working on an assignment, or going back to gym. And if it's a Saturday, then coming back from a Toastmasters meeting. But somehow, according to her, there is only one correct answer. Phone chala raha hoga. Apparently, no matter what I'm doing in Delhi, I'm always on my phone. I could be solving world hunger. And my mother would still say, "हाँ, but phone तो बहुत चलाता है." I have realized that in Indian households, the phone is responsible for everything. Poor grades, phone. Late sleeping, phone. Headache, phone. Global warming, probably phone. Then comes food. Now, when you move away from home, your relationship with food changes dramatically. Back home, food appeared magically. You came to the dining table, and there it was fresh, hot, delicious. Now, in college, every meal feels like a negotiation between taste, budget, and survival. But according to my mother, I'm constantly starving. Every phone call includes at least three food related questions. खाना खाया? क्या खाया? अच्छे से खाया? At this point, I feel less like a college student and more like a restaurant audit report. And if I casually mention that I skipped one meal, just one, she would say, "How can you skip lunch? Take care of your health. You'll become weak." Now, it's fascinating. I'm 20 years old. I live 1500 kilometers away from my mother. I travel alone. I manage alone. But according to my mother, if I skip one meal, then I'm just one missed meal away from complete collapse. Now, let's talk about studies. Back in school, my parents knew exactly what I'm doing because I was sitting in the next room. But now, when I'm in Delhi, so naturally they have developed their own theories. For example, if I pick up the phone immediately, then they would say, "You're not studying." If I don't pick up the phone, "You must be studying." There is no middle ground. Apparently, for parents, college students can exist only in two states. Either you're available or you're studying, nothing else. Sometimes I don't pick up because I'm sleeping. Sometimes I don't pick up because I'm taking a shower. Maybe I'm in the gym. But no, my parents have already imagined me buried under 10 books, preparing for the future of the nation. But then comes college life. Now, this is where the gap between reality and parental imagination becomes truly extraordinary. Whenever I tell my parents that I'm busy, they laugh. Busy? In college? According to them, college is just one long vacation. Their version of my daily routine looks like waking up at 10, attending one class, eating junk, meeting friends, roam around campus, click photographs, come back, sleep, repeat. But when I think, where's the lie? Because that's what we do. That's what college is all about. And yeah, we are involved with classes, assignments, presentations, internships, blah blah blah. But that is what we usually do when what our parents think about us. And then there is my social life. Whenever I mention a friend, my mother immediately transforms into an investigator. Who is this? Where is he from? What does he study? What does his father do? Good influence to hai na? I don't know how she does it, but when I mention a person's name, Within 5 minutes, she knows their city, their background, family values, their parents' occupation, career aspirations, and probably their blood group as well. Now, Indian mothers don't gather information. They conduct intelligence operations. And then there are the video calls. Now, let me tell you, video calls are pretty dangerous because they reveal things. The moment my mother sees my room, the inspection begins. What is that on the chair? Why is your bed not made? When did you last clean your room? Now, the funny thing is, she notices things that I didn't even know existed. I can barely find my charger, and she can spot a misplaced sock from another state, from 1500 kilometers away. Now, sometimes I feel that mothers have satellite level vision. But despite all these jokes, moving away from home has humbled me because when I was living in Siliguri, these questions used to annoy me. The constant calls, the constant checking in, the constant reminders. But when you move away, your perspective changes. Because one day when your phone doesn't ring at the usual time, then it feels little strange. You realize that those questions were never really about food, but or studies or your room. They were about you. Behind every have you eaten, there was care. Behind every why didn't you pick up your phone, it was concern. And behind every when are you sleeping, there is affection. Indian parents, I should say, especially fathers for sons, they rarely say, I miss you, but instead they say, do you want money? And somehow that means exactly the same thing. So today, my parents still think my life in Delhi is very different from what it actually is. And honestly, I think that's okay because they may not fully understand my schedules, my deadlines, meetings, my friends, my college chaos, but they understand something far more important. They understand me. And maybe that is the beautiful thing about parents because their version of your life may not always be accurate, but their concern always is. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Wonderful, wonderful. That was wonderful speech. And this reminded me of a conversation with my son. A week ago, he said, Mama, I have a knee pain. And I said, Vidya, you are always on the phone. He said, Mama, think about it. What is the connection between knee pain and the phone? So, so it reminded me of that. So next speaker we have is Toastmaster Johnny. And before I call him up on stage, let me call his evaluator, Toastmaster Tejinder, on stage, please. Toastmaster Tejinder.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Johnny Lalchandwani going to deliver his Project 1 Level 2 speech. His pathway is presentation mastery. Speech time is 5 to 7 minutes. Please note down the timer. Speech objective is knowing about the direct communication and delivering clear message to avoid conflict. Everyone looking forward to witness your inspiring speech. Speech title, The Power of Saying, What Do You Mean? Very inspiring title. All the best, Toastmaster Johnny. I'm sure you will keep your head high. Back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rajinder. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejinder. Now, please welcome on stage Toastmaster Johnny.
Toastmaster of the day, can you enable the speaker view, please? Because we are not able to see the speaker.
Can you help with the screen? All right, before that, we need to take feedback. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we have to give feedback for Toastmaster Lux speech. So you can go to the guest WhatsApp group and there you can give the feedback, what we feel about Toastmaster Lux speech, how did you like it? We have 1 minute for this. Please time to remind me of 1 minute. Sorry.
Come on, hurry up, else I will run away. Paresan.
All right. So time is up. Now, Toastmaster Johnny, the power of saying what you mean. The power of saying what you mean. Toastmaster Johnny.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today, I would like to talk about something that sounds simple but is surprisingly rare. The power of saying what do you mean. The power of saying what do you mean. We live in a world where communication is constant. We send emails, messages, voice notes, presentations, and attend n number of meetings. Despite all these communications, misunderstandings are everywhere. Why? Because we do not clear our messages clearly. We often do not share our opinions. We hide our concerns. We expect people should read between the lines. And then all of a sudden, we expect the situations become out of the hand. And we wonder how this becomes complicated. So I believe one of the most valuable skills a person can have or can develop ability to communicate properly and clearly. When I'm saying direct communication, I'm not talking about being rude, insensitive, or aggressive. Direct communication is not about speaking without thinking. It's about expressing your thoughts respectfully, clearly, and honestly. So that whenever you deliver your message should not have any confusion or should not have any doubts. In our life, most of the time, there are moments when we feel our messages were not direct and clear. Let me give you some example. A manager call his employee in a meeting room and explain him every bit of the project and relevance of all the projects. Once the employee come back with the feedback and the review, the manager share a single line statement. Your report, you may need to look after this report again because this is not relevant. Now, here the confusion started. Maybe the frustration for employee, maybe the larger problem for the employee because he do not know what he needs to modify, what he needs to take the actions. So direct communication eliminates that confusion. Maybe he could have shared this does not comply as per our relevance or it does, and you need to take this specific actions point. So when the message and expectations are clear, people know where they stand. You can share positive feedback, people can improve. When the concerns are raised early, people can improve before it becomes crisis. In my experiences, people avoid being direct and communicate clear just because of three reasons. First, they fear conflict. I am not forgetting. Great going on. They fear conflict. Many of us thinking that addressing a conflict is something to be avoided. We worry speaking honestly will damage the relationship. In fact, addressing the issue, we chose to be silent just because we don't want to be confronted in front of people. However, conflicting this situation will just not eliminate it, it will just postpone the matter. Maybe some issues later on became the bigger one. 5 minute discussions could have been could have been in a 5 years problems. So that is the one problem. The second one, fear of being judged, like I'm doing right now. Many of do not express our opinion and thought process clearly just because we think what others might think about me. Because we prefer to be loved from all, be liked by all. We do not want to share our thoughts honestly just because we think it will damage the relationship. The third point, people confuse politeness over indirectness. Being polite does not mean bad. You can share your opinions respectfully. You can say no professionally. You can disagree honestly. Maybe you do not agree with me, or maybe we do not have a single thought process for a specific topic, but at least you will have a idea where we stand. So direct communication eliminate the confusion. That's the reason of power of saying what do you mean, the power of saying what do you mean. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, John. Toastmaster Johnny, this was very thought provoking, and I really loved the speech. And we all are here to fight our fear of being judged. So, this is what Toastmaster is for. So, now we have, let's give a feedback to Toastmaster Johnny's speech on guest Toastmasters group. Timer, please note the time is 1 minute. We done? All right. So now let me call up on stage our next speaker. Before him, I would invite his evaluator, Ms. Toastmaster Bhavani. Toastmaster Bhavani, please come on stage.
Good afternoon, all of you. Today I'm here to evaluate the powerhouse of invectives, Yuvraj. And in every club, there are members, who come prepared for the speeches, who are ready to deliver. And there are some who don't need any preparation. They are like firefighters who jump into action when it's required. And I would say Yuvraj is one of those, because today we had one last minute cancellation and he was the one who said, I'm gonna go for it. So thank you, Yuvraj, for being so poised and holding your head high. Today, Yuvraj is going to present his speech titled Road to Better Communication as a part of his Pathway Motivational Strategy, Level 1, Project 4 on evaluation and feedback. He will be focusing on delivering a well-organized speech, receiving valuable feedback to help him grow as a communicator. So I would like all of you to welcome Yuvraj. And before that, I will hand over the stage to Timon.
Thank you,
Bring it on stage.
All right, let's welcome Toastmaster Yuvraj on stage, please. Toastmaster Yuvraj, Road to Communication, Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Confidence is not about being perfect. It's about keeping your head high. 11th Feb 2024. I was in Indore while pursuing my internship and share market course. My uncle, means my mama, recommended me Toastmasters. Toastmasters? So on that day, I went Impact Toastmasters based in Indore as a guest. In first go, it was beyond my mind. What is Toastmasters all about? After my first meeting, I attended third meeting to better understand about Toastmasters. And after that, I made a mind that I will join Toastmasters. And that day, I took the membership in Impact Toastmasters. But there was unexpected event, an unexpected event happened. I was not feeling interested in my course or internship. So I went back to Delhi. In Delhi, I run clubs. First club is Invictus, based in South Delhi. So when I went to Invictus for the first time, I was just about to enter the room. Before that, I called Shivani, that the member who helped me about it, in Toastmasters. Hello, Toastmasters Shivani. I reached the venue. How much time you will take? He said, I will take 10 to 15 minutes. So I waited for her. And once I entered into the room, Toastmasters Ganesh, Toastmasters Vikas, Toastmasters Shiva, Toastmasters Black. So when I attended that meeting, so I decided that the club is in the South Delhi and I will join that club. What makes me unique was that always giving speeches each and every week. I was the only one in the club who always gives speeches. And everyone was shocked. Yuvraj, always gives speeches? No rules, no R counter, no timer, grammar, no big rules. Only speeches. Till 6 months, I used to give speeches only. Even I remember my icebreaker speech. Tanish was the timer at that time, and my icebreaker speech was 7 minutes, 41 seconds. Everybody was shocked. And one of the members in Invictus helped me a lot. That is Toastmaster Rakesh, my buddy, my brother, my mentor. He always helped me in Toastmaster journey, supported me in difficult times, professionally, personally, and always pushed me to give speeches, to attend other club meetings, to participate in contests. He was always there for me. After 6 months, I decided now I will not give speeches because I was at a saturation level. I started taking roles. I started with the most difficult role, that is Timor, Toastmaster of the day. And once the Timor, my Timor was successful, I give Timors. I was desperate, just like for speeches and just for the big roles. Rakesh always says me, Yuvraj, start taking Oxford players and other roles. It will help you a lot. And the day I started taking the roles, I realized that the roles will help you to develop, will motivate you to step outside from the comfort zone. Why? Because the comfort zone is the enemy of the growth. Day by day rolled on, There was ISC in my club. The first ISC on 28th of December. Before that, members encouraged me, watch, just participate in ISC. I know you will rock the stage and will set the stage on fire. Everybody was sweet. So I finally take part. But I was not able to qualify in the top 3 for the area there. At that time, I was hurtful why I was not able to qualify and what the members will think about me. But unexpected happened. What I liked about Invictus is that the positive and a supportive environment. It's been more than 2 years, and what I feel is that the Invictus members are always there for me, whether I win or lose. At that time, I learned one lesson. Winning and losing doesn't matter in Toastmasters. What matters is that how far you have reached in Toastmasters. After that contest, I started attending contests, events, and other club meetings. And from that day, I just realized, I just felt one thing, that one day I will be my best version. And by attending the club's meeting events, I transformed a lot. What I was and where I reached, I came far apart. In my journey, I learned two important lessons. In Toastmasters, visibility matters a lot. Second, always take a stand while participating in role and giving the speeches because you are paying the money for yourself and you have to decide whether to give speech, to take roles. Because Toastmasters is not about just to come and attend the meeting. It's about participating and active listening. To sum up, I learned one most paramount lesson. That is, Toastmasters beyond speeches. It's a journey of discovery of self journey, connection, and growth. Thank you.
Incredible. Incredible Toastmaster Yuvraj. Winning and losing doesn't matter in Toastmasters. What matters is how far you have reached. I love that and I learned from that. Now we have now can we have our feedback for Toastmaster Yuvraj on guest group? All right, so we're done. So next speaker we have is Toastmaster Mahima. And before I call up her on stage, let's welcome her evaluator Toastmaster Aman on stage, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So, last but not the least, we have the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Mahima, as my target speaker. And the presentation mastery is the pathway. And by this, I'm really curious how many of you have presentation mastery as a pathway? Raise of hand, anyone? Oh, okay, completed. Great. Timer, please note the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes and the level is 2, project is 1. The purpose or the objective is for Toastmaster Mahima to learn the basic method for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. I'll be noting down the clarity, vocal variety or eye contact, body language, gesture, and presenting my report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. I wish the target speaker all the very best. Over to the team.
Now please welcome Toastmaster Mahima on stage. Toastmaster Mahima, what's your excuse? What your excuse, Toastmaster Mahima?
Imagine an opportunity big enough to change your life, but you chose to let it go. Why? Because of the fear of being seen, fear of being carrying the responsibilities. And in order to not feel ashamed of yourself, you tell your brain, this wasn't the right time for me. I'll get the next opportunity. An anatomy of an excuse. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, have you ever been there? The moment
When an opportunity knocks upon your door, knocks twice, you open the gate slightly, just enough to peek through, and slightly closes it. Bolt it shut and walk back to your couch. And you don't just walk back to your couch, you walk back with a story, a very convincing, a very reasonable, a very detailed story that why this wasn't the right time, why this wasn't for you. And I feel by that I understood we are the most creative people when it comes to an excuse. There's family, there's medical emergency, there's health, there's money. We have a lot of excuses, and I've personally crafted an excuse that I am genuinely impressed by. But here's what I have understood, and I want all of us to sit with it. An excuse is not just an explanation. An excuse is a negotiation. And the person we are negotiating with is ourselves. The moment we make an excuse, we are not just fooling ourselves, we are pushing ourselves backwards. The night I almost made an excuse, which brings me to last night. I was sitting at my desk, looking at a blank page, doing what exactly I explained to you. I was drafting an excuse. I had a college project, a real one, with the stress, with the responsibilities, with deadlines that I had to submit it. That was a real one. But telling myself that, I caught myself mid sentence. What am I doing? What excuse am I building? And for whom? This room? No, for myself. An excuse is not only one time that you speak. It always is prepare you for the future. One time we make an excuse, other time we think we escape through it. Now it's time for next excuse, and the cycle goes and goes and goes. Do you know an excuse is not is that mind to tell your mind that this excuse is not an excuse is a well-dressed lawyer that polishes your ego. It won't let tell you your mind that I have made an excuse, that I am wrong. It tells you that it's just part. I'll handle it very carefully. So it goes, I didn't run away. I was busy. I didn't take a shortcut. It just I didn't have the time. I didn't say I'm not available, but this was the not right moment for me. So the next time when you go making an excuse, ask yourself, is it really worth it? Ask yourself, what's your excuse?
It was beautiful speech on excuse, and I really loved the excuse being called as a well-dressed lawyer who is always there to cover us up. So now, can we have feedback for Toastmaster Mahima in Toastmasters guest group? All right. So now, if the board are given,
I'm just waiting for everyone's feedback and then to this otherwise it will be.
All right, so we have to vote first and I'll wait. Full screen. Slide number 3. Next. All right, now the vote, you can vote for your favorite speaker for today's speeches. The poll is in the guest group. Please vote for your favorite speaker of today's speeches. Got all the books? All right, so now welcome back. It's my time to continue the topic for today, which is self-image. So now we proceed with how did we get our current self-image? We are living with certain self-image in our mind. When we were born as an infant, whatever was happening around our surrounding, our parents talking, neighbors coming, our atmosphere, dog, news, television, phone, everything that was happening around in our atmosphere got plugged into our subconscious mind. Because that time we were not too conscious about our surrounding, we were too young. And as we grew up, all the thing that was happening around in the surrounding became our self-image. We became product of our environment. So, and when we become product of our environment, whatever has been taught to us by our parents or our neighbors or the atmosphere, that became our self-image. Now, what exactly is self-image? Self-image is a multitude of ideas which we got from our environment. And that multitude of ideas is programming. And programming is known by the name of paradigm. So we have a paradigm in our subconscious mind which is running the show from behind. So whatever we are doing right now, there is another subconscious mind running from behind. And if we need to progress in our life, we need to alter that. When we were very young, we developed our senses like see, hear, smell, taste, touch. But what we didn't develop or what we were not taught that we also have some higher faculties, like higher mental faculties like perception, reasoning, imagination, memory, intuition, will. So these all things help us to understand what is getting into our mind so that we can reason and choose from what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep. But we never made use of them because we were not taught about them in the school or anything about them in the school. As a result, we know so many things, but we don't do it. For example, we know that we can stand up in front of huge audience and speak, but we don't do that. If we try to do that, our nervous system will be shattered. Why? Because we have to understand that we have two parts of mind. One part holds the knowledge, conscious mind. The other parts tell us what to do, that is a subconscious mind. And a subconscious mind is all running at autopilot, what we have learned years ago, and we are not developing it. So it is important to make a shift in our mind. And I also would like to tell you that it is because of our self-image also hampers how much we earn in our life. Even big lawyers and doctors are earning very less because they have poor self-image. And if we use the higher faculties, we can alter our paradigm, which will alter our self-image, and that self-image will control our result. So our result will definitely change. All right. So this is about the second part, and now we are aware how can we make shift in our paradigm by using our higher faculties. But learning about those higher faculties takes time. So I'll tell you in the later part that how can we make best use of those higher faculties and convert our life to a desired self-image. Now it's time for the impromptu speech session. And today we have our table topic master as Toastmaster Anmol. May I please call him up on stage? Thank you.
Just a sec. Yeah. Just a second. Right. So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Everyone's looking down. Okay. So, this would be the second section of today's meeting, of any typical Toastmasters meeting, that is the table topic section. And to just give you a brief, I would be calling up people on the stage, and it can be anyone, it is not limited to members only. And they would be given something to speak upon, and they would have to speak on that. And there is a time limit of 2 minutes per person. And I would be prioritizing people who have been either looking down or been silent throughout the meeting. Okay. So I would like to ask someone to volunteer the first one. Yes. You've already given a speech. Okay. Hi, Anuj. Would you like to come on?
Yes, absolutely. I am waiting for my turn. I raise my hand.
Okay. So
Yes, Anmol. Yes, Toastmaster Anmol, please proceed.
since today's meeting's theme is about self-image, I've tried my best to center the topics around that. And for you, Toastmaster Anuj, I would like to ask you, if your self-image were a brand, what would its tagline be? If your self-image were a brand, what would its tagline be, Toastmaster Anuj?
Thank you, Toastmaster Anmol. I think this is the most suitable question for any table topic speaker. As you know, I am into branding, I am into advertising, I am into design. So I think you have asked the right question to the right person. And if I need to choose some brand, so why not Invictus Toastmaster? Because Invictus Toastmaster is also a brand. And couple of months ago, I think probably 1.5 years ago, I made a post which I liked very much and which is currently the display image of the Invictus group, which has a quote. The quote, one of my favorite quote by Nelson Mandela. The quote is something around that. So until the work is done, it seems it's quite difficult. So I think this should be the quote, the statement of my brand. And as you know, I think all of you must agree with me in Invictus. I think it is one of the best Toastmaster club in not in Delhi, in probably in India. So the positivity around the club, the helping each other mentality of the club, I think that goes very much with my brand. And why not Invictus Toastmaster as a brand? Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Anmol.
Thanks, Anuj. Thank you so much. It's good to see you back. Now I need two people from offline. They like to come up? Yeah, sure. One else. Okay, come on. So I want to ask you this one question. Who amongst you both prefers taking selfies?
Not me for sure.
So we'll assume Aman takes a lot more selfies. Okay. So Toastmaster Aman, you are a selfie. And what's your name? Piyush Srivastava. So guess Piyush, you are a passport photo. And you both are friends. And you are very sad that people come up to you and just stay like this. And you are very happy that people always smile. And you have to help your friend in improving his self-image. Help him.
So you have to go first.
All right, sure. Hi, passport size photograph.
Hi, Salman. How are you doing?
I'm good, as always. As you would have noticed in all my photos, I'm good. Always positive and smiling. How has your day been?
Well, as far as I'm concerned about myself, I'm pretty happy. The only concern is that people who come to me are usually glove-faced. I don't know why they want themselves to be unrecognizable to the people who see them at least at the airport. But that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But I feel just a little bit of adding smile while taking the passport photos would be better instead of, looking like you have not slept for the last 2 days.
I completely agree. But then certain countries like US want your face to look as love as possible so that it reflects the society out there. It appears me at this point of time.
Okay, okay. And I also feel that maybe showing a little bit of your teeth and the side pose can improve the photo just instead of straight face that we poker face that we have in the
It works well for a selfie, but certainly not for a passport size photo because you have to be recognizable there.
Okay, okay. I think just adding just little smile or does not alter us our self image to say the least.
It adds to the face value for sure.
Okay, okay. And what about the common white dull backgrounds that you have? I think maybe adding little bit color in life and in photos can give a better impression and lighten the mood.
I again agree with that, but then it has to stand out as a contrast, otherwise your face will not stand out. So you have to be in a contrast position, so it has to be a dull background.
Okay, okay. I understand where you're coming from. It's a office thing that has its own requirement. But these are just certain suggestion from my end. If you can incorporate them, it would be better, I feel. At least you're much better than Aadhaar, so it's not.
Point well taken. But also for the selfies, I would suggest that whenever you take a selfie, don't take a selfie at a dangerous spot. I want you to be safe all along.
Sure, sure. I'll be mindful of that. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. To be honest, it felt like passport size photo was helping the selfie. Did you guys enjoy this?
Yes, very good.
Someone else who would like to come up? Yeah, yeah, please come.
Yeah.
Yes, online. Lux, I want to call you since you already been a speaker. I would like this. I need one more. Yes, please come on. So,
Ayush.
So judging by Ayush, you seem like a very fitness freak kind of fit guy. So I have another of my weird role plays for you. This time, you are a fitness app and you are a weighing scale and you are arguing over who is responsible for ruining people's mornings more. You're a fitness app and you're a weighing scale. And you're arguing over who is responsible for ruining people's mornings more. Argue.
People's day start with a lot of information because of you being the application.
When people, you're a very skilled. When people step on you, their day is ruined because they don't want to see how much they weigh or how much their body fat percentage is.
At least they get to see the reality, you see. With the fitness application, people are either haywire because of a lot of information, because of misinformation at times. At least with the weighing scale, someone who, let's say, is obese knows that they have to work on them, and someone who is not that obese, per se, knows that they are well in shape.
Still, the point is that their morning is still ruined, whether they are shown the reality or not.
Well, I think you are living in your dreams because of all these applications and all these brands that have come into picture and trying to portray themselves as the best of the applications possible. But the age-old method that I've also seen my parents doing, sure, yours would have to, mine were to, weigh themselves on the scale to understand where they stand in terms of their health.
When people step on you, they fall into depression because their self-image is destroyed. Their self-image is destroyed. Their morning is ruined. They cannot, that all they keep thinking of is, oh, I'm so overweight. Oh, I'm so.
At times I also feel that I should sign off now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our gracious app and weighing scale.
We have two more guests.
Yeah, two more guests?
Yes.
Yeah, please come on. Please come on. We need one more. I'll come. How are you? We've got one. Amritansh. What? Devashish. And Devashish. Let me first ask a question from everyone. How many of you have read or seen Death Note? I also watched one episode. Can I borrow your glasses? Yeah, sure. I know. You are a Shinigami who has built a pair of glasses.
I'm not very aware about the characters. I just
you're a type of god.
Okay.
Who has created a pair of glasses.
Okay.
That can look through everyone's self-image. Alright? You are student. Shinigami is offering you the pair of glasses. But there is one condition. You can look through everyone's self-image in the world. But you have to destroy and you can never look at your own personal self-image. Got it? You have to negotiate a deal. Deal. Yeah, you have to take the glass.
But just remove that segment that I usually destroying myself. Yeah, offer me glasses. So before we begin, let me do one thing. Yeah. Now we'll begin. So I'm not feeling well comfortable. Exposing myself to this. I'm sure you would feel comfortable. Yeah. And you should be poised and hold your head high in front of the audience. They are wonderful people. And now tell me, why do you want my glasses?
Actually, I want to see through your self-image because I am not finding you that you have the right intentions towards me. So I want to see what's going on in your self-image.
Well, what I feel, self-image is truly about what you feel about yourself as how you perceive others. So I think there is nothing wrong with my intention, but your perception.
That's
Indeed.
I'll, but still, I'll need I need the glasses because it will help me in my daily life to. I mean, you won't have to judge someone's personality or you won't have to judge someone's intention towards ourselves. If I can easily see through their self-image that what do they think about themselves, that will reflect on me, no? So it will be easy for me to get the gist of what they are thinking about me by if I have those glasses. So yeah, please.
Well, that is an intriguing thought.
Yeah.
But I think glasses are just an amplifying effect with what you can actually do with your mind itself. Why do you think you would need the glasses?
You are
That is just a catalyst.
That's an ordinary glass.
That is just a catalyst. The main thing is how you perceive. It is just an amplifying. It just adds an amplifying effect to your thought.
That's why I need the glasses, not to amplify.
So why not? I guess.
Yeah.
So why not you think deeper and polish your judging abilities?
But won't it be easier to just wear the glasses? That's why I need the glasses. I guess the time. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, my Shinigamis. Timer, do we have time for one more? One more, or should we end? Okay, let's just have the last one as Toastmaster Paras. Again,
Yes, we are.
this one. Toastmaster Paras. We'll keep it short and quick. If confidence could be bought in a store, what would its price be?
Thanks, Toastmaster Mook, for giving the topic. I'm sure most of us over here want to gain confidence. Want to gain confidence not only in the communication, but also in their day-to-day life. I can reflect back around 10 to 15 years back when I was not a confident speaker. That time, I was thinking that I wish confidence could be bought in market so that I could just purchase it and imbibe in myself to deliver the ultimate powerful speeches. But eventually, I realized it's not for sale. It's something that you need to go deep dive. You need to put your effort day in and out. You need to show up to something like Toastmasters meeting, to something like speaking on stage. And that's how confidence is built within. For me, confidence is priceless. It cannot be bought in the store. And if I personally want to go out and put out a rate on confidence, it would be pretty much shame on myself. Because I know what I have done in past 15 years. Past 15 years, day in and day out, when we need to go into the space and speak in front of a large audience. And that's how confidence is built. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Paras, and thank you so much to
all of the participants who participated, and a big thanks to Toastmaster Yuvraj for yielding me this role in just this meeting. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I would like to hand over the control back to
Thank you, Toastmaster More. It was wonderful session. We absolutely loved the topic. Now it's time to vote for your favorite table topic speaker. You done? Okay. All right, so we are done. So it's my time now to have a last segment of self-image topic. So what we learned today is how does self-image impact ourselves? How is self-image formed? And the third part is, of course, how does self-image change? You can make all kind of decisions at conscious level, and if you don't alter your self-image, nothing changes. If I say I'll go to gym from tomorrow, at the conscious level, I may end up not going after 2-3 days because something has to move inside a conscious level. So what we have to do is we have to go through some self-development methods and techniques and develop our higher faculties. When we develop our higher faculties, we can make a shift in paradigm. And we can make a quick recap. We have conscious mind, subconscious mind. In our subconscious mind, there is a paradigm, and a part of it is a self-image. When we make a shift in a paradigm, then your self-image change to your desired self-image, you can succeed in your life. So to name a few methods of personal development could be taking 100% responsibility of your life, clarity, goal setting, resistances, affirmations, visualizations, and taking action. I will soon be taking session on these in coming days, but due to time constraint, I've just given the title here. So we can learn and implement these principles, and whatever we learn through these principles, if we continue to follow them through repetition, we need to repeat till the time our new image get engraved in our subconscious mind and the past image diminishes. So when you keep repeating, you will be gifted with a brand new self-image, and you can see where you want to go and you'll reach there soon. Thank you. This was from my side about the session on self-image. Now it's time for the evaluation session. For that, I would like to call up on stage our general evaluator, Toastmaster Ritesh.
Growth.
Yes. Start.
Right. Growth begins with feedback. During the prepared speeches, our team of evaluator closely observed the voice speaker. And now it's a time to provide the constructive suggestions and feedback to help our speaker to become a better communicators. So I would like to call Toastmaster Vano to give an evaluation for Toastmaster Lakshya. Toastmaster Vano.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, online members and guests. I will be evaluating my target speaker, Toastmaster Lunch. What is truer than the truth? It is a Jewish proverb which says a story from within is truer than the truth. And that's what I got remembered when I listened to Toastmaster Laksh's story. The first thing that I want to talk about is the humorous exaggeration phrases that he have used in multiple stages of his speeches. The first one is late speaking, phone, headache, phone, global warming, phone. And that exaggeration and moments similar to those made the story more engaging. And then the vocal varieties to talk about those mother loves, busy in college. So I could really hear that in my mother's voice. That was a great one. And one day when the phone doesn't ring, then you realize the questions were not about the food, studies, or room. It was about you. The seamless transition from a humorous to an emotional atmosphere was very visible through the power pause that you had given in that statement, and also the shrillness in the voice that you could find in the transition. Kudos to you. And then Toastmaster Laksh had concluded by such an anchoring statement saying their version of life may not be always accurate, but their concern always is. So that was commendable. To add on, I would like to give you a few recommendations. For the first few seconds that was spent, you had spent it, it was spent giving us the background details around the story. It would have been even better if we were dropped directly into the action, directly onto the conflicting conversation between Toastmaster Laksh and his mother, so that the backstory will automatically reveal itself naturally. So that could have been an add-on. And then another one is stage anchoring. I understand holding stage presence online is a bit difficult while delivering speech online, but I would like to say a story demands physical gestures, and the story delivered while standing and moving would have an added impact. So that is a small recommendation to you. To conclude, it was a commendable delivery with a wonderful plot, climax, and conflicting narratives, depicting humor, connection, and transition. Wonderful. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Laksh, and that was a poised delivery. Thank you.
Now I would like to call Toastmaster Rajinder on stage for the evaluation. Toastmaster Rajinder.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Johnny for wonderful speech. I can assure you that you are a wonderful speaker. The words are used are very simple and very clear. He started with wonderful quote that we live in the world where communication is constant. We sent email, messages, voice note, presentation, and attend lots of meeting, but still communication need to improve. This is the attraction of all the audience. He was very clear to pass the message that we need to be very clear. We have to be more realistic without hurting anyone. Kudos to you. Message should always be very, very clear, crisp, and it should not be hurting. That was the message. So now I would like to do some recommendation, because first is camera angle. Being a online evaluator, for us it is very difficult to see your face where you are looking. It should be clear without before the meeting. So this please take care of next time. So if it should be giving us a lot of other opinion about you. You hold some notebook, which means that you are a little nervous. Maybe you are not very confident. You might have think that maybe I will be using this in between if required. But good part is you have not used it. Third recommendation, in between, if you go for bringing something, maybe some pen, some water bottle or something, you can keep it in front of you. That should be that should be avoided as per me. Otherwise, you are a wonderful speaker. We are learning from you. We would like to be like you. And my advice to you that please give more and more. You take more and more roles so that you will be one of the best speaker in our club. Thank you very much for your wonderful speech. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thanks, Toastmaster Rajinder, for this lovely evaluation. Now, I would like to call Toastmaster Bhavani to evaluate the speech of our powerhouse Toastmaster Yuvraj. Please. The stage is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I had the privilege of evaluating Yuvraj's speech, Road to Better Communication. First, let me commend Yuvraj for stepping up and delivering an impromptu speech. That itself reflects his confidence, courage, and commitment to his personal growth. Now, what I liked about his speech, the speech had a clear structure and it was easy to follow as it took us through his personal journey of Toastmaster. He enacted the scene of TM Shivani and his conversation. His vocal variety and pacing helped maintain the audience interest toward the speech. The speech was relevant and meaningful, and we could all relate it to, and people who have newly joined would also understand what Toastmasters is about. While Yuvraj made every effort, there are some recommendations, Yuvraj. While you made an effort to maintain the eye contact, I could see you were looking behind. You were not looking at the audience. So maybe next time you can make an effort to look at the audience, every audience from this angle to this angle, as well as involve the online audience. That will make it more engaging. The second suggestion that I have is, although we know that it was an impromptu speech, you prepared it at the last minute. One way to make future speeches more impactful would be to engage the audience with questions. Ask a question like, when you started, how did you feel? And have some questions for them to make it interactive. Overall, Yuvraj, one statement from your speech stood out to me. Winning and losing doesn't matter in Toastmasters. One day I will become my best version. And I believe you already are a better version of yourself. With every speech we come up here and speak, we are getting better. Today you demonstrated strong communication skills and successfully conveyed the message. I really like the way you presented. All the best for all you do.
Thanks, Toastmaster Bhavani. Last but not the least, Toastmaster Aman for the evaluation of Toastmaster Mahima.
Last but not the least, our target speaker, Toastmaster Mahima, she spoke about something that was very much relatable to all of us. By raise of hand, show me how many of you have not made any excuses in last couple of weeks. Really? I doubt that. So we all do make excuses. We all try to procrastinate at times. But despite that, our speaker, she came up to the stage and spoke and delivered such a poised speech. I would say that it was a job well done. She started with a task to the audience. She said, imagine. And by that moment, she had our attention hooked to her story. The second thing that I really loved about her speech, that it was her story, her personal story. It was not somebody else's story. It was not some statistics, facts, or figures. It was not some AI generated content. It was her story. So all of us could connect to the personal story, and in Mahima, in the target speaker, we could see ourselves. Another thing is that from the very beginning, we were hooked to the entire story. And in the second half, that there was little bit of hurdles, the pace reduced, and there was few unintentional pauses. So this is one area where she can work upon. And another recommendation is that since we are a hybrid meeting, we also have online participants. I would like to request her to be mindful of the stage movement. Position yourself so that you are using the space properly for both online and offline audience. I could also notice that some at certain points the speaker was moving like this and like this, which was unintentional at points. I felt that can be avoided with practice and a little bit more mindfulness. Another one area was when she was talking about the story and she mentioned yesterday night, she could have stepped back and made her body convey through non-verbal cues that she's talking about something past and this is like present and this can be future. And also the eye contact was a bit breaking when she was walking this way and this way. I recommend that you can make use of the W approach to get try to form a W when looking at the audience. I felt the audience towards the right hand side were missing. So these are few suggestions from my end. Despite little challenges and excuses that we made, it was a well delivered speech with poised demeanor, and the speaker held her head high. I wish all the very best to the speaker for the upcoming speeches. Over to the general.
Thank you so much. The poll for best evaluator has been launched in the book in the guest group. I would request everyone to please cast your vote. The timing is 1 minute only. Timer, are we done? Okay. So this is the time for the report by my tag team. I'm art counter. And first I would like to invite our art counter, Toastmaster Shireen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, online friends. I'm back with my report. I will start with Toastmaster Sangeeta. She spoke with her head held high, no fillers. Toastmaster Rajinder brought a wonderful theme, self-image. You managed the meeting beautifully. I noticed some instances of filler words, filler sound 5 times and some filler words negligible. Toastmaster loved negligible fillers. Toastmaster Johnny, I noticed some 5 times and 3 times. Well done, but your speech was very good. Toastmaster Yuvraj, wonderful speech with negligible fillers. Toastmaster Mahima, beautiful speech, negligible fillers. Toastmaster Tajinder, thank you for the insightful evaluation, no fillers used. Toastmaster Tano, excellent evaluation, no filler used. Toastmaster Bhavani, such a wonderful feedback, and I noticed some negligible fillers. Toastmaster Shubhyam, grammarian, very confident and negligible fillers. Toastmaster Pooja, as a listener, I noticed when you were introducing your role, some 5 times and 3 times Toastmaster Subodh, nicely done. You are nicely introduced your role timer, and I noticed 3 and 4 Rs. Toastmaster Anmol's no fillers, very confident and poised throughout the your session. Well done. Guest Ayush, no fillers, well done. Guest Devashish, you are from Gwalior. Devashish, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. You use 6 times and some repeated words, but spoke your head held high. Wonderful. Guess Amritansh. Flawless. Well done. Guest Manju Shah. Yeah. Beautifully expressed yourself. Negligible fillers. Guest Piyush Srivastav. Poised and confident. No fillers. Absolutely flawless. Well done. Guest Soham Mishra. Guest Soham Mishra. No fillers. Well done. Toastmaster Paras. Lovely response as a table topic response. Flawless kudos to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, what we listen, how we listen, or we listen it or not. Let's welcome Toastmaster Pooja.
I'm sure everyone stays alive, and I want to test your listening skills. Only for guests. Who was the first person to use our word of the day? Only for guests.
Use the word of the day.
Yes. No one. No one. Bhavani. Okay. What is the meeting number 1?
576.
5.
578.
Okay. And whose mother turns into investigator?
Everyone's mother.
What is the subject of Toastmaster Johnny? Topic.
The power of saying what you mean.
Yeah, the power of it.
Right. Right.
Who told the quote of Nelson Mandela?
Anuj.
What is the last question? Topic, table topic. Topic of table topics.
Rise of confidence. Yeah, how do you gain the confidence?
How will you buy confidence?
Just to remind by
Weighing scale and table topic.
the rise of confidence is
Which guest use word and idiom of the day? Who is the first guest? Who is the first one to use word and idiom of the day? Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja. Now, I would like to call the grammarian of this meeting, Toastmaster Shubhyam. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. As your grammarian for today, I had a wonderful time listening closely to the language which was used throughout the meeting. Let me begin with some noteworthy words and expressions that actually made this meeting much more enriching. We heard words such as paramount, articulate, paradigm, intriguing, and catalyst. There were also some amazing phrases like middle ground and speech impediment, which were used throughout the meeting, and some wonderful expressions that I made note of. An anatomy of excuse. An excuse is not an explanation, it's a negotiation. An excuse is like a well dressed lawyer. The comfort zone is the enemy of growth. I live in reality, but my parents live in my life according to my parents. It is a wonderful way of adding your title without directly bringing up something like the title of my speech is XYZ. And the thought provoking question that I loved, what is truer than the truth? Now, there were a few scopes for language improvement which I noted throughout the meeting. Instead of saying a very long way back, it could have simply been phrased as let's take a trip into the past or let's rewind. It makes the speech sound more natural. The phrase self image of yourself, this is actually incorrect because when you're using the word self, you do not need to add yourself. It's a redundant usage. Similarly, guest members is also inaccurate. A person can either be a guest or a member. There cannot be a cross between the two. Several speakers also said myself followed by their name. And this is a very common mistake which a lot of us use, and it's a Indianism. You should instead say my name is followed by your name or simply I am XYZ. And last but not the least, we often tend to use the word most before words like paramount or suitable. When you add most, it doesn't make sense because most is a superlative term and paramount and suitable are already superlative words. So it doesn't make sense to add the word most as a definer for these particular words. But overall, coming to the word of the day and the phrase of the day usages, the word of the day was used by Toastmaster Shireen, who led with example by using it thrice, followed by Toastmasters Sangeeta, Bhavani, Ritesh, Vaibhav, and Aman with one usage, and our guest Amritansh with one usage as well. Our phrase of the day was also used 6 times, with again Toastmaster Shireen leading with example 3 times, while Toastmasters Sangeeta, Bhavani, and Aman used it once, and again our guest Amritansh also used it once. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Subodh as timer. Please come.
Hi, Adam Thomas. This is my first experience to as the timer, so there will be some mess up. So actually, I will present the report. First, the table topic timing, and Anush took 2.01 minutes, and Piyush took 2.05 minutes, and Aman and Ayush took 1.48 seconds, and Devasis and Amritans, very tough name to pronounce. Amritans 2.19 seconds, and Paras took 1.33 seconds. And now speaker timing, Rajinder took total timing 9.8 minutes. Okay, and Lux took 7.0 minutes, and Johnny took 5.5 minutes. Yuvraj took 6.16 minutes, and Mahima took 4.35 minutes, and evaluator timing is Tajinder took 3.8 minutes, and Bhavani took 2.3 seconds, 37 seconds, and Aman took 3.28 minutes, and Vanau took 3.38. Here is the report. Thank you so much. And thank you.
Please cast your vote for the best off role player in the guest room. Off the line. Now, this is the time for general evaluator summary of this meeting. First, congratulations to everyone for conducting a well-organized and energetic meeting. The agenda was structured, on time, transition were smooth, and member displayed enthusiasm throughout the session. So what went well from the beginning? Sergeant at Arm TM Shri ensured member and guest felt welcomed, and value and housekeeping rules were effectively shared. Our presiding officer, Toastmaster Sangeeta, set the tone for the session with confidence and clarity. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rajinder, maintained the flow of the meeting effectively. Transition between segments were smooth and energy level remained high throughout the meeting. Congratulations for that. Now, table topic session. I realized that for impromptu speaking, you required impromptu thinking as a table topic master. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Goal, for choosing the right person for the right question. And somewhere I personally enjoyed throughout. Thanks for being the table topic master. Our evaluators provided balanced feedback, highlighted strength while offering practical suggestions for improvement. This is the essence of Toastmasters learning. So the feedback is the breakfast of champions. Auxiliary role clear, the timer, Toastmaster Subodh, our counter, Toastmaster Shireen, grammarian, Toastmaster Shubh, and listener, Toastmaster Pooja. I think both of you are doing the role for the first time, right? Kudos to you. Initial hitch, teething problem, but keep on going, please. Suggestions for improvement. This is the one suggestion I emphasize every time that, we have offline people, we have online people also. So please make sure that you are giving equal attendance to the online members. Second is that I talked about the fake confidence or we term it's a bit rented confidence. Okay, whatever the problem, traffic jam, health is not well, but when you stand here, stand straight. Look at the people. Have a rented confidence. If you don't, just show it. So, my overall evaluation is that meeting was successful, educational, and enjoyable. With continued focus on time management, transition, and audience engagement, future meetings will become more impactful. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh, for incredible evaluation of today's meeting. So it's time for the facilitation of the winners of today's meeting.
Vote for the big three voters.
All right, I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. So do we have poll for big three voters? All right, so now it's time to vote for your favorite among big three role players. Go to the guest group and you can vote for your favorite one. I hope all of us have voted. All right, great. So thank you very much. Thank you to all the Toastmasters and guests present here and online for active participation and sitting there patiently and encouraging each and every speaker of the meeting. Now it's time for me to hand over the control to the president of our club, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Toastmaster Sangeeta on stage.
Results. But yes, before I get off a majority of voting, there are certain things that I have seen today and I feel the need to share. There were a lot of noise while the meeting was going on. So I would request not to talk when someone is on stage because it is a disrespect. Imagine you being here and talking incessantly. Another thing, please do not walk over there. It's not a space to take a stall. If you want to take a stall, if there is urgent, it is extremely urgent, you have got a call, please step aside because everything is being recorded. Next, because these all meetings would be on YouTube. Imagine when someone will see it. We, as a club who have received medley, we have to hold our standards to the highest. Therefore, it is a request to each one of you to maintain a decorum. And with that, and yes, I'm not scolding, it is just like it's a concern for me. And I might be not smiling when I'm doing that because these things will go online. And I do not want anyone to post a comment like, okay, someone is taking a stall and all that. Therefore, we are extremely disciplined people. And I would suggest, if you have any other task, if it's urgent, please step ahead. That's not a problem because we all get office calls. It's okay. But taking a stall there, take your water bottle with you. That would be perfect. And please do not show hands. That is also very disrespectful. So I would suggest, please maintain a decorum. Next, again, I would be sharing the nomination polls. And I would want each one of you to nominate yourself for the EC roles. Because now that we have received a medley, we wanted to hold that highest standards, right? And yes, I would appreciate people who have approached me personally and asked me for the nomination forms. And thank you for that, because now we need to raise our standards more high. And each one of you are eligible. And therefore, I would request you to nominate yourself. Don't think, how will I do? What will I do? I would be there to support you. I take this personal responsibility to suggest you how to use the base camp when you are a club officer. Because back in my time, I had nobody to share these things. But trust me, I'm going to help each one of you. Whosoever would be the next ECs, I would support each one of you personally. And with that, I would also want to suggest, as I am also in a mentoring season, because I have completed one pathway, I can mentor one person. So anyone who wants to approach me and be a mentee, I would love to mentor you for 6 months. My job would be to help you complete your pathway, and I would give my 100% if you need. And definitely, it is something that I have been looking for from a long time. But now I would be a mentor for any of you who wants to approach me. And now it's time for results. Yes, we have received a majority. Okay, for the best speaker, all the new guests who have come here today, please approach the best speaker of the day, because he's also the VP membership and he is Toastmaster Laksh. He always amazes us with his house.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone.
And you have to come ASAP from Siliguri to take your certificate. And for best table topic speakers, we have a tie between a guest and also a stalwart. So it's Toastmaster Paris and guest Piyush. Please come on stage. Oh. Or can you take a picture? Just a second. Yep.
You share that in the group?
Yes, absolutely. Here.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. And yes. Congratulations. And for best evaluator, we need to see him more often now. Come on, Toastmaster Venom. At first, there was a tie between Toastmaster Rajinder and Toastmaster Venom, and with one extra vote, it's Toastmaster Venom. Congratulations. And I would also want to share, I have always loved how Toastmaster Rajinder gives his evaluation. I have learned so much. And thank you, Toastmaster Tajinder. I really feel that I should learn more as an evaluator because you observe everything in a minute way. Thank you. And
We are
now
learning. Ma'am, we are learning from you every Saturday.
we learn from everyone. And for best role player, I have not written the name here because I will be sharing the certificate digitally because it's Toastmaster Shubhayam. Toastmaster Shubhayam, best role player.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Thank you, everyone.
And now there is a tie of the best role player, and I have not written the certificate because I was thinking who will be winning. Therefore, I have to write it. Have you guessed already? For the best 3 role player, who would be getting the certificate? And if at first there was a tie, and which is a very good news for me, but let's call Toastmaster Rajinder and Toastmaster Anmol today.
He gave me a tough fight. Congratulations. Yes.
And there is one good news as well. Last week, we had a pilot session by Toastmaster Ritesh. We were trying to do something different apart from Toastmasters meeting. We have a diverse club, if you see, and everyone is doing amazing and everyone has a niche. Therefore, we thought, why not take this as a lesson for us and help each other grow more? And we started a learning and development session. So our first session was with Toastmaster Ritesh, who explained us the art of negotiation. I hope you all must have tried already. But if you have not, I would be sharing the YouTube link. It's already online. And you can check and you can read about and learn more about the art of negotiation. And if you need office leaves as well, it'll be easy for you because he has taught a lot of principles. And it's not only 3 principles or 4 principles, it's 5 principles. So you can change your negotiation with your boss accordingly. And we were just checking out, leaving this Thursday to see if people are approaching us, like where are more sessions. And yes, people have approached me. And therefore, this pilot session, we would do it for permanently. And for next Thursday, stay online, stay in tune. I would definitely suggest who would be giving the next speaker. If anyone is not there, then I would definitely give a session on id, ego, and superego, which is something that I need everyone must know about it. And yes, if I do not get any speaker, then it would be me. If I get a speaker, then definitely it's a treat for me as well. And are there any other announcements? Yes. Next Saturday, we have elections, and elections would be online. Therefore, if all the members are there, we need 50% of the member to be online so that they can vote their favorite EC members. And I would be rolling out for the next Sunday if we would be having a session or not, because if we see a lot of speakers are there, then definitely we have to do a session. But just wait for one day. I would notify you, like Sunday, I would notify you if we have a normal session as well or not. But yes, next week on Saturday, it is election day. Therefore, I would want each one of you, all the members, precisely to be present so that you all can vote. And with that, before adjourning the meeting, we have a ritual, and I think so everyone know the ritual. It is standing, half people stand here, half people will stand here, and we'll take a picture. I think so. Toastmaster Shubhayan, could you take a picture if we stand? Okay, thank you. Okay, please come ahead. Everyone join us. Half of the members can stand here. Half of them can stand here so that we can. You can sit. You can sit.
Looking larger than life.
Yeah. Okay. Spot. And please. Yes, everyone. Come. We can do spot. No excuse spots.
I believe professionally, can you like a new FIFA team? This is after here.
Can you just, perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. Just hold it.
Yes. Now
Take it.
Yes, done.
Thank you. So everyone see Toastmaster Laksh, you could be connecting with all the guests. Toastmaster Laksh, you could connect with all the guests as well.
Yes,
And
yes,
thank,
for sure.
yeah. With this, let's adjourn the meeting and do not go anywhere because we have another session here. Ritual, that's taking a picture.
another session we can do for us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.